Hi, everybody, and happy Mother's Day to everyone on Sunday, the 13th of May, 2018. I've been keeping track of this stuff like I told you I would, and yes, indeed, we have a disturbance that is on the National Weather Service hurricane site now. I think they're calling it disturbance number one. We've already had disturbance number one. It fizzled out, so I guess they're calling this number one again. Yes, number one. Here it is. A large area of cloudiness, showers, and thunderstorms extending from western Cuba across the southeastern Gulf of Mexico. The Florida Straits and much of Florida Peninsula is associated with a broad surface low and trough interacting with an upper level low. Now, this system could acquire some subtropical or tropical characteristics while it moves slowly northward across the eastern Gulf of Mexico during the next few days, regardless of subtropical or tropical cyclone formation. This system will enhance rainfall across portions of Florida and the northeastern Gulf Coast during the next few days. Now, in 2 days, 30%, 5 days, 40%. Let's just click it up and see what 5 days is looking like on their map. Well, here we go. La-di-da. Check it out. We have a bigger chance of something happening here. Let's see what this has to say. I'll put this up here so you can see it all. Okay. All right, this is anywhere from 40 to 60%. They don't show you the 60% here, but that's what it is. You can see down in the bottom corner there, 40 to 60%, okay? It's a large area of cloudiness, showers, and thunderstorms. It's still extending from western Cuba across southeastern Gulf of Mexico. Now, the Florida Straits and much of the Florida Peninsula is associated with a broad surface low and trough. It's interacting with an upper level low, and the system could acquire some subtropical or tropical characteristics while it moves slowly northward across the eastern Gulf of Mexico during the next few days, okay? And it doesn't matter if it turns into anything or not. It's a rainmaker. Florida, you're going to get a lot of rain. You need to keep this in mind. It looks like it's going to be headed more towards the panhandle of Florida, up towards Alabama and portions of Georgia. But once again, it hasn't developed into anything yet. It just looks like it has a chance to. Now, as we look at the map on the current TCFP, this is the system right here they're talking about. The one that I've been talking about so much, I saw this coming and I didn't know if it would actually have the chance to develop or not, but the water is so warm and the wind shear is so low right in this area now. I guess the National Hurricane Center and National Weather Service decided, well, hey, we better put something up. I really don't think it's going to turn into anything drastic, people, okay? It could be a great rainmaker, and who knows, it may turn into something, it may not, but whatever it does, you're going to be getting rain all up in this area, big time from it. The one that I keep talking about, here it is right here. Now on this, they give it a percentage-wise. Their scale only goes to 13 on this. So if you've got a 3, which this does, you got a chance of doing something. Here's the one I'm talking about that's going to be coming up in a few days. It's got a 3 also. Let's go check something out. Guys, please share this information. Help me get this information out to everyone, okay? Everybody really needs to pay attention to this, okay? We're just a few days away from hurricane season. Now, this is the latest run of the GFS from Tropical Tidbits. Thank you. I'm not going to play the whole thing through. I've got it run up 2 weeks from today, May 27th, okay? And here's this system that I keep talking about. I think if any of them could really turn into something, I think this one has the chance. I'm not saying it's going to turn into anything. And if it were to turn into anything, I think it would still be a tropical storm. But like I say, I've had tropical storms here where I live. We got more rain and flooding out of them than some hurricanes we have had. So anyway, we're looking down here right around the center. Their isobars are kind of tight, but it doesn't really look that bad. But you know, a tropical storm can form. I want you to look at the barometric pressure in these isobars. It can form from anywhere from 990 millibars to 1010, and up here all the way around. The highest one that goes up with this system is 1010. So we're going to move it up a little bit now. We're going to go ahead. This is on Sunday also. This is at around 12 noon. We'll put it down so you can see it well. Wow, look how those isobars have tightened up. It goes all the way up here, still 1010. Much lower, of course, around the system itself. We'll move it on up. This morning, if you remember, it was going this way. Well, everything has changed. Wind shear has changed. Everything has changed since early this morning. Now, this is Monday at midnight. And this is Monday around 12 noon. Still looking like it's pretty hefty and healthy, huh? Oh my goodness, when it gets to my coast, right where I live, I'm in that red, people. It looks like the center of it's still offshore, probably 75 to 100 miles. But I'm going to get, if this happens to stay on this track, I myself am going to get water coming in here from it with all the lashback and everything else, plus all the heavy rain. So, my goodness, I have been checking this afternoon against this GFS model on the European model and other models, and the European model is showing this at this time also. But it all can change, people. Just blink your eyes. It can all change. But please pay attention is what I'm saying. Well, moving on up now. This is Tuesday. It's moving on up northward, still away from land. It's off the coast, but you see how big this is, right? And it's still got the right amount of barometric pressures. It's beginning to weaken some, but still right around in this area, it's still turning up the water to some degree with light tropical storm winds. That's the winds that I did find in it. And this is as far as I can go. But at this point, if it stays on this track, we're going to have rain from Maine to my house, North Carolina. Rain from Maine to North Carolina. What a rainmaker this is. We'll have to wait and see what happens with it. I wanted to be sure and get this out to everyone. If you have anyone that's living in the areas that these systems may affect with heavy rain, whatever they decide to bring, or maybe they'll bring nothing, people need to know about it. So please share this information and make everyone aware of what's going on. And if you live in this area for the next few days, the next week or so, right in here, I would pay attention to your local weather forecast to see what they have to tell you. With all that said and done, I love you guys so much. Please, once again, share this information. I love you. Have yourself a wonderful evening. And much peace and love and kindness to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching.